No, no, no. It's not how it was.
Were too.
She didn't want to stop reading. The king made her. You don't know nothing.
Do too. You drop.
Sober, but you'll still be stupid.
You won't be sober in the morning.
Good evening everyone, DRBMiller here. Thank you all for coming and joining us in our Elder Scrolls Online broadcast. It is the broadcast number 3. As you recall, we had a lengthier gameplay on Friday and we have entertained many different adventures for our main character. I tried to learn some of his special skills with some difficulty. I fought a difficult mission there with one of the wizards in order to liberate the chest, and I did spend a bit of time analyzing on how I could use my special powers, and eventually I did discover that my trigger button had to be firmly pressed in when I was pressing the special powers as well, and that resolved the wizard, and that enabled me to basically get the loot, and I progressed forward. So without further ado, we jump in, we'll continue with our wonderful Elder Scrolls adventure, and we will pursue one of those quests which were left for us on Friday. So let's have a look what current quests we have. The current quest is called Room to Spare. It is on level 5 and we had reached it on Friday. So we have here some description which says that Sirodolic Collections, a society dedicated to locating and restoring Argonian antiquities, seeks help in its mission. They want to stay ahead of the competition and preserve every piece of Argonian culture they can. The leaflet said to meet Concordia Mercius in Vulkelgard, Davon's Watch or Daggerfall. So we need to speak to Concordia Mercius to find out where to go and what to do next. So without further ado, we are going to proceed. Vesa is here, so why not have a word with her? You see, when I play RPGs, I always love exploring everything I can find, from bits and pieces found in the woods to the characters in the local inn.
Colleen's still hiding behind Lambeau, eh? If I catch her alone, I'll suck her eyeballs out.
Oh, this sounds rather ghastly. Serena is here. Let's see what Serena has to say. She want to speak to us? Possibly.
Well, you're a notch above our usual clientele. Make yourself at home.
I certainly shall, madam. Farewell. Good look at him, he's drinking and there enjoying himself. Zacchaeus.
Go away. We're drinking here.
Understood, Zacchaeus. I shall disturb you no more.
No. It's not how it was.
Where to?
She didn't want to stop reading. The king made her. You don't know nothing.
Do too, you drunk.
In the morning, I'll be sober, but you'll still be stupid.
Kiki is here.
You look tired. The best beds in all of Port Hunding are right upstairs.
Indeed, I know that, Kiki. So let's have a sip of health. And let's have a sip of stamina. And let's have a sip of magicka. Massmat is here as well.
Jakarn's gorgeous. He could rob me anytime.
Oh, I see. I shall engage with this issue no more. Farewell, my friend Massmat.
I don't really believe he's a captain. He looks so good, I don't care.
And you too, Elithine. I see. He is rather popular around here. Farewell.
I don't believe a word Jakarn says, but there's just something about him. He's fascinating.
I'm very glad to learn that, my dear sire. Goodbye. Jakarn is here, as you know. We'll just have a bit of, a refresher, because we talked to him the other day, but we're going to come back again.
You enjoyed every minute of our little adventure. I can tell by the sparkle in your eyes.
Indeed I did, Jakarn, and we shall carry on with our adventures in the future, I hope. Farewell, my friend. So as we can see, we had completed our mission with Jakarn, which was fairly lengthy. Came back here to the inn, and we now have explored the inn in full. And before going anywhere, we are going to talk to Philander de Mary. We've seen him out here earlier. Ah, Karog's betrayal. You've heard Grant claims, Orsinium reborn. The elf-loving Bretons are friends, the traitor Red Guards are allies. We are welcome, they claim. We are needed, they claim. All lies. Karok, the false chief, will tell you the Daggerfall Covenant is our future. Karok, the sellsword, will abandon his tribe, shed blood for elves and gold as his people languished and starved. This toothless runt would have us in chains, fighting for the Bretons and Red Guards who slaughtered us. Have you forgotten our brothers and sisters at Orsinium? Have you forgotten who launched the crusade to crush the big children? The same Bretons and Red Guards who now pretend friendship sought to wipe us from the face of Tamriel. Now, with our fields salted and homes burned, the cowards and liars offer to return the land they stole. Shall we make peace with our enemies, Shall we thank them for returning what they stole from us through foul magic and treachery? Look past Korok's silken words. Look to his cowardly deeds and to the ancestors who gave their lives to keep us free. The Daggerfall Covenant is a chain around our necks. They wish to make us their dogs. Remind them that we are orcs. We will never bow before the so-called High King. Down with Korok, the false chief. Down with the Emmerich, the enslaver. Well, some statements in here in this tiny little book. We had understood everything about Korok's betrayal. Dirty Dalric.
Whatever it is, I didn't do it.
I didn't mean to ask you at all, Dalric. Goodbye. So we are going to have a look. Let's see. Oh yeah, there he is. Alessio Goulon. He's the Mary in Daggerfall. And he's going to be our next port of call. So let's speak to Alessio first.
I bring an urgent message from Rhea Opacarius, Chief Oracle of the Twilight Queen Azura.
Good evening to you, sire. What does this Oracle of Azura want?
Best discuss that with Rhea. Too many eyes and ears here. She awaits you in the Cloudy Dregs Inn in Wayrest.
Sounds good. Fair enough, my friend. I'll meet Rhea in Wayrest.
It's not how it was.
Were two.
Oh, so we've got plenty of quests in here. We've got to crack on with each one of those. So let's have a look at our quests.
You don't know nothing.
Do too. You drunk.
We need to be finishing off each one of those. There are too many. The missing prophecy. We need to talk to Rhea. And we simply need to get out of this inn. But actually, I quite fancied having a good night's sleep. And I need to have a look where that sleep could be if I went upstairs. Quite curious about the rooms, what they look like, and you know, all else. Oh, we've got Grabalash here.
Don't want any. Stop bothering me.
Ooh, sorry to have asked. Farewell. Gwynla is not talking to us. He's kept. Oh, an elegantly penned letter. Dearest Jibril, I'm leaving the island. Please don't try to follow me. I will always think fondly of our time together, but we travel different paths. King Fahara Jad has called for loyal sons and daughters of Alcir. Alec, the Daggerfall Covenant, offers a chance to spread beyond the desert to truly influence world affairs. If he will have me, I will sail with his navy. That is the life I have always dreamt. You see now why I write to you. If you truly care for me, retire from this life. Find an honest occupation. Think of me fondly, but do not pine for what we had. I will always care for you, Jibril, but if our navy comes upon your ship preying on Covenant vessels, if my captain asks me to put their crew to the sword, I will not hesitate. I will put the sword through you. Honor demands no less. May you come safely to your journey's end, Ramina. I wonder who Ramina is. Lots of different beds in here, as you can see, nicely situated. The Oinus of the Ogma. The Onus of the Ogma by Phrastus of Elmere. Being a primer for the young student on a mortal's obligation to record his or her life story presented in the form of quotations from the classic. All Tamarilics recognize the duty to memorialize the events of our lives, a duty placed upon us by the divines at the beginning of time, the most ancient reference we have to this journaling onus comes from the Olden Age, the great origin saga of the elves, which quotes the god Zarzis, scribe to Ori El. As ye are true children of the Et Ada, thou shalt honour us by honouring thy own lives. For in each of you is housed the divine spark, and thus the record of thy actions is a sacred duty. Keep therefore each and every one of you an ogma, an ever-scriven scroll which shall memorialize thy brief lives. Thus, in at least this way shall thy spark be immortal. In the late Merethic, the Nord culture hero Ixamor developed a runic alphabet based on Elvish principles, which enabled the written transcription of Atmoran speech. Ysgramor's first work in this new form of writing was a chronicle of his own life and its events, making Ysgramor the first human historian. There is a quotation from the great hero himself, as recorded in Songs of the Return, Volume 1. Then that I did feel a great ire against the perfidious elves, and desired nothing more than to hie me hence to Jigfike and take ship back to Tamriel, where I could try the edge of Woodrat against their all too many necks. Yet I had beheld during my captivity that the wily elves possessed much learning and knowledge, that they put it to ends both vile and dishonourable. And I bethought me that to defeat the elves and scour them from the land, it would be well if men also did wield such wisdoms. Therefore I strung Lomlauncher with a woeful bowstring, and sought the marshes of the east, where dwelt Faldosta the great snow goose. And I slew her with a hawk-fletched dart, and plucked of her a great quill which I used to write down my speech, as I had seen the elves do, and I admired henceforth all men would record their ideas and thoughts. Just as Shaw carved the record of his victory over Snay into the side of shivering glacier, and in this way would the best ways of killing elves be preserved. This obligation was ratified again in the time of Saint Alessia and the founding of the Empire of Cyrodiil. The demigod Morihaus, the first breath of man himself, kept the chronicle that has come down to us as the Abal. One of its first precepts is on the recording of all that haps. My goodness, this entire library in this inn, I've become a lot more knowledgeable since I've entered this inn.
Enjoying Port Hunding? It's a fine place, until you get your throat slit.
I agree with you, Elfaniel. I am enjoying Port Hunding. It is a fine place, and I rather value my own throat. Farewell. Alright, so we've seen everybody here, more or less. Let's see whether we can just simply lie down and rest in there. We can't actually. I thought we could. Oops. He is not going to talk to us. Nope. So we are to go downstairs. We talked to him already. Ooh. Mace etiquette. One hand and shield is skill gained, so it's been particularly good that I've been reading everything. Mace etiquette. Warriors sometimes make the mistake of thinking that there are no tactics with a mace. They assume that the sword is all about skill and the mace is only about strength and stamina. As a veteran instructor of mace tactics, I can tell you if they're wrong. Wielding a mace properly is all about timing and momentum. Once the swing of the mace has begun, stopping it or slowing it down is difficult. The fighter is committed to not just the blow, but also the recoil. Begin your strike when the opponent is leaning forward, hopefully off balance. It is completely predictable that he will lean backward, so aim for a point behind his head. By the time the mace gets there, his head will be in his path. The mace should be held at the ready, shoulder high. The wind-up should not extend past the shoulders by more than a hand's width. When swinging, lead the elbow. As the elbow passes the height of your collarbone, extend the forearm like a whip. The extra momentum will drive the mace faster and harder, causing far more damage. At the moment of impact, let the wrist loosen. The mace will bounce and hurt a stiff wrist. Allow the recoil of the blow to drive the mace back into the ready position, thereby preparing the warrior for a quicker second strike. Extraordinary. I'm learning by the hour. So I did talk to the chap in there. Alessia.
Hurry to the Cloudy Dregs Inn. Our situation grows perilous, and Azura is anything but patient.
Indeed, Alessia, I shall. Farewell, my friend. Off to Port Hunding. And there we are. So let's see whether we can get a horse. Can we get a horse? Doesn't look like it. Driving a bear. So we need to talk to Rhea.
I'm so hungry.
Looks like we'll need to go below. Perhaps no need to swim us yet. Oh. Gilzea.
How may I serve?
Can you arrange a passage for me?
It depends where you need to go. This is a working ship. We don't traverse all of Tamriel's seas.
I'm looking for an adventure.
Have you been to Betnik? I can get you there in one piece. Most likely. Probably. Well, no guarantees, though.
What else do you suggest?
Daggerfall. You shall find there everything you need, and then some. There have been a few storms along the way, but nothing we can't handle. Let us pray our charts are current.
Daggerfall, please. Hello Skip Legacy, how are you doing? Thank you very much for joining my broadcast and for being here with us for Elder Scrolls Online. Play the Skyrim. Well, maybe sometime, but presently we are playing Elder Scrolls Online and this is only our third stream, progressing forward with our quests. So did I come to the right place is the question. Let's have a look at journal, quests, missing prophecy. I need to meet Rhea in Wayrest. Shown on the map. Where am I at the moment? Okay. So it looks I've gone the wrong way.
Somerset's days of isolation are over. You ought to visit someday. You'll never find a more beautiful land in all of Tamriel.
Indeed, I love Tamriel. Farewell, Cirielda.
It's not a good day to travel, but travel we must.
I'd like to travel with the Daggerfall Covenant.
Well?
Presently, I don't want to go there, so we will give her a miss.
Someday you should think about traveling to Vardenfell. A fascinating land, if I do say so myself.
Indeed, madam, I shall consider it. Farewell for now, Captain Janassa. So let's see where we need to go.
How may I serve?
Can you arrange a passage for me?
How may I serve?
Can you arrange a passage for me?
It depends where you need to go. This is a working ship. We don't traverse all of Tamriel's seas.
Where do you sail?
From here we travel to Stros Mackay. A bit tricky, but we should be able to make it before the weather changes. Or you could head into the city. Perhaps stretch your legs a bit. Try the local brew. It's up to you.
Alright, Gazea. Stros Mackay, please. And our Elder Scrolls adventure progresses. We are pursuing this one quest. And we need to talk to Rhea, we need to find her. I believe she's probably on the ship, so we need to move back there.
There's always more to do.
Thank goodness for the sea drakes. They may be bad people, but the wrecks they cause are great.
Oh, that sounds really exciting, Esteline. Farewell, my friends.
Have you seen Captain Colleen? She's supposed to deliver some papers, and I'm getting very impatient.
I I'm afraid I do not know what you're talking about. I shall wish you a goodbye.
Blade's Edge. We're setting sail with the famous Jakarn. Alethian and I have a bet on who's gonna bet him first.
That sounds like an interesting proposal, but I shall leave it all to you. Farewell, Nasmat.
I can't wait to see Jakarn's battle scars. I'm sure he's got them everywhere.
Indeed, I'm also convinced he's got them everywhere. But I shall leave those discoveries to you. Farewell, Alethian. So where can we be?
You're not one of Bosek's bloody fists. Lucky for you.
Indeed I'm not. Farewell, Shagra. To go to Wayrest.
This ship sets sail for Dark Elf lands. Are you sure you want to make such a journey?
Not at the moment, Devak. I'll get back to you.
Somerset's days of isolation are over. You ought to visit someday. You'll never find a more beautiful land in all of Tamriel.
Indeed, indeed. I love Tamriel.
New to Port Hunding? Walk softly around the bloody fists.
Where am I?
Port Hunding, on the island of Stros Makai. Have you struck your head? Long may you prosper, though perhaps elsewhere.
God bless your words, Asmani. Farewell, my friend.
I have little time to waste.
Keeping myself busy here.
Still need to speak to him. He's the right person to speak to.
How may I serve?
Can you arrange passage for me?
It depends where you need to go. This is a working ship. We don't traverse all of Tamriel's seas.
What do you recommend?
Daggerfall. You shall find there everything you need, and then some. There have been a few storms along the way, but nothing we can't handle. Let us pray our charts are current.
What else do you suggest?
Have you been to Betnik? I can get you there in one piece. Most likely. Probably. Well, no guarantees, though.
What else do you suggest?
Daggerfall. You shall find there everything you need, and then some. There have been a few storms along the way, but nothing we can't handle. Let us pray our charts are current.
Oracle of Azura named Rhea Bucarius needs my help. Summoned the malevolent force conspires to destroy Uda and perhaps all of Tamriel. The letter instructed to meet Rhea in Wayrest in a tavern called the Cloudy Dregs Inn. I should go and speak with her. Okay, so the missing prophecy.
How may I serve?
Can you arrange a passage for me?
It depends where you need to go. This is a working ship. We don't traverse all of Tamriel's seas.
I am looking for an adventure.
Have you been to Betnik? I can get you there in one piece. Daggerfall. You shall find there everything. Have you been to Betnik?
We need to find where this location is. Where's the map?
Good to see you back in one piece. Hey, the captain's looking for you.
Oh, what's going on?
Thanks to your work, we can go ahead with the heist. We've even got a few extra sailors clamoring to join our crew. You should talk to the captain upstairs.
Alright, I'll go and speak to her. Tip of the spearhead. Tip of the spearhead is the current mission. Okay. So let's find the captain. Let's talk to her and find out what she has to say.
It's a wonderful day for a sailing trip, isn't it, friend? Especially if it gets me off this rock before Bosek chops off my head.
Indeed, my friend, indeed.
Thanks to you, we've actually got a chance to pull this off.
Indeed, madam, I'm ready. Let's do the heist.
After we hit Bosek's palace, we're done here. Are you sure you're ready to leave?
Who's left to recruit, madam?
If we're going to do it right, we'll need Jakarn, Naramo, and crafty Larissa.
Tell me about crafty Larissa.
She's an old friend, captain of the Maiden's Breath. She's also a master of disguise. We can use that. The Sea Drakes use their lighthouse tricks to run her ship aground near Saintsport. Rescue her, and she might join us.
I'll look for Larissa. How do I find her?
You won't spot her. She stays well hidden. Your best bet is to look for her monkey, Howler. They're never far apart. Find that monkey, and you'll find Larissa.
Who runs Stros Mackay, madam?
Bloody Bosek, or Headman Bosek, as he calls himself now. He took over the palace years ago, killed the old ruler and took his place.
Doesn't anyone stand up to him?
Captain Helene, but she's worse than Bosek. Her sea drakes run Saintsport south of here, biggest band of murderers on the sea. Bosek and Helene tolerate each other. Neither's ready for a war, yet. Deserted, the traitors. See, there's a fortune to be made from Breton galleons. Thing is, King Farharajad called for an end to it now that we're all part of the Daggerfall Covenant. Of course, as a loyal Redguard, I obeyed.
Who is the King Farharajad?
Ruler of the Redguard people, now king among equals in the Daggerfall Covenant. King Farharajad would have us raid the ships of our enemies, not our allies. There is wisdom in that.
Did your crew disagree?
If by disagreed you mean tried to kill us, then yes. Bunch of bloody mutineers. Lambour, myself, and a few others ran them off the ship, but word spread. No one here wants to sail with a captain who won't raid Bretons.
Where can I get drink around here?
The Screaming Mermaid's just up the road, and they've always got good rum. Just keep a grip on your coin purse, or you'll be a beggar by day's end.
Anyone I should watch out for?
Bosek's thugs, the bloody fists. Cross one, you cross them all, and Bosek will have your head on a pike faster than you can say, "Please, don't put my head on a pike!" Also, the Sea Drakes will gut you if you enter Saintsport.
Understood, madam. So I need to find Larissa.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Indeed, I shall not disturb you, sir.
Don't tell the others. But maybe going back to Kalin would be better than sitting around here.
Oh, I see. I'm not gonna waste my time around here. I'll go back to Kalin. Farewell, Anana.
No call for such talk. I remain in great patience.
Take pride in your work, I always say.
You're not one of Bosek's bloody fists. Lucky for you.
Indeed, I'm not. Farewell.
This is taking forever.
No one hiding down below, so I'll go here.
Thanks to you, we've actually got a chance to pull this off. She's an old friend, captain of the Maiden's Breath. She's also a master of disguise. We can use that. The Sea Drakes use their lighthouse tricks to run her ship aground near Saintsport. Rescue her, and she might join us.
Alright, I'll look for Larissa. How do I find her?
You won't spot her. She stays well hidden. Your best bet is to look for her monkey, Howler. They're never far apart. Find that monkey, and you'll find Larissa.
Okay, madam. I'll find that monkey. Oh. This body has multiple stab wounds and several blunt impact wounds. It's been stripped of anything valuable. Farewell. You met your untimely end.
You want to know a secret? I'm a terrible woodworker. Can't plant a...
How can I help you?
Need a bag? I have a sack. Knapsack, backpack, or satchel? You will find none finer.
I do not have any money, therefore I can't buy anything.
War's coming, friend. That's bad news for soldiers, but it's plenty of business for crafters like us who make weapons and armor. We put hammer to anvil to forge armor and weapons. This requires a lot of metal. We scour hills and caves looking for rare ores to work. Raw materials will only take you so far. You need style books and special ingredients for more advanced work.
Very well, my friend. I shall not pursue the skill set at the moment. You need to find Larissa, but where do we find her?
I'm rather busy right now.
So where is Larissa? I don't get it.
What?
It's a wonderful day for a sailing trip, isn't it?
So we talked to him already.
Thanks to you, we've actually got a chance to pull this off. After we hit Bosek's palace, we're done here. Are you sure you're ready to leave? If we're going to do it right, we'll need Jakarn, Naramo, and crafty Larissa. Naramo's nice enough for an Altmer if you get past his Dwemer fixation. Thing is, the relics he finds in Dwemer ruins sometimes come in very handy. He just might have a device we can use for our heist.
Alright, madam. I'll look for Naramo. Where do I find him?
There's a Dwemer ruin outside town, Bithzark. Naramo went there to dig up relics. Help him find some, and he might just join us.
Dwemer ruin outside of town, Bithzark. I see. So we get the map. That's very difficult. I don't have anything to go on. So this is out. Find Naramo. Just keeps bringing it back here all the time.
No, I'm not going to do your laundry too. Bug off.
I did not ask you to do my laundry. No need to be so rude. Bye. Larissa is somewhere in Saintsburg. No, west of town. Find the Rama, so we need to go westwards. Seemed correct. Okay, bits up is covered, so it's covered bit dark. Assassin Beetle offering Iron Axe. Beetle Scuttle will take all, no? Taking some rawhide scraps. It's giving me the wrong thing. So he should be looking for these rings in there, right? Collected that runestone. rawhide scraps we took from here. Just a bit really confused about the map and how this all works, but I think I've got some idea. Need to find this character. Pretty sure I'll find around here. Beetle scuttle. Right, so we really need to find the Ramo. He should be somewhere around here. Singing Sun, I don't want to be there. It's kind of people of Singing Sun, but I need to find an armor. Oh, there he is. Let's go over here.
It's right here. A Dwemer ruin unsoiled by bandits and thieves. Yet I cannot get inside. Ghislaine Dwemer Architecture by Ghislaine Marley.
This is Ghislaine Maury's outdated but entertainingly written reference on late Dwemer architecture. Excerpt is from the chapter describing the Second Empire style of approaches and defences and mentioning the common formal convention of the 4 tests. The book also mentions that the Telvanni have adopted this 4 tests convention as an aesthetic element in their defences and approaches to the towers. The test of pattern requires the observer to examine and analyze for patterns before the acts, with the understanding that many patterns are subtle or hidden. The test of disorder requires the observer to proceed systematically when no pattern is perceived, when the observer recognizes that many things must be done, and in no specific order. The procedure is to perceive and order all the things to be done, and upon doing a thing, to recall how and when that thing has been done. For example, the observer must remember the initial position of a thing, and also the new position of that thing. The test of evasion requires the observer to examine the obstacle and compare his resources and abilities. If the obstacle is too difficult, seek for a path around the difficulty. The test of confrontation requires the observer to examine the obstacle, to compare his resources and abilities, and if the obstacle is too difficult, look for a path around the difficulty, and if no path around can be found, confront the obstacle directly.
Miraculous. To think that the Dwemer of Old Volenfell settled as far as Stros Mackay. My brother and I have scoured the ruins' exterior for some time now, but we have never been able to get inside.
Why do you want to get inside, Narabo?
Several reasons. One is that Headman Bosek commissioned me to explore the ruins. A fascinating aspect of Dwemer ruins are the ancient mechanisms to be found inside. Bosek thinks to use them in Port Hundig. I need to get inside to investigate.
I see. Perhaps I can help.
An excellent suggestion. I believe this automaton can unseal the door, if it can be controlled. I have its control rod, but 2 focusing crystals seem to be missing. They are nearby, but the local creatures dissuade me from claiming them.
Okay, I'll find them.
With the focusing crystals in hand, I can complete this control rod and safely reactivate the automaton. While you recover the crystals, I'll make the proper adjustments to the construct.
What can you tell me about the Dwemer?
Some call them dwarves, a race of brilliant artisans and metalworkers who possessed great ingenuity. They built vast underground cities filled with remarkable inventions. Now such works are all that remain of the Dwemer.
What happened to them?
None can say for sure. Some believe they achieved divinity. Others claim they were consumed by some folly of their own. Perhaps both are true. But long ago they vanished, the entire race, leaving little but their marvelous treasures behind.
Marvelous treasures?
Dim the gleam I seek is knowledge, worthless to any but a scholar. Those who help me acquire this can expect to be well rewarded, however.
Goodbye, Narama. get up there? Oh, there's the crystal. There we are, secondary focusing crystal. We find it. We need to take it. So we need to collect the primary crystal now then. Oops. Maybe if we walk around we'll find it, and it doesn't look off, it's not done this way. Well, I think there's a lot to discover here in this hidden world. Some of the controls and some of the map reading is a bit pointless, a bit tricky. I think once we master those, everything will be nice and easy. Some rawhide with him. What about the other? Nothing. It's like to be in here somewhere. Oh yeah. Door is firmly sealed from the other side. There we go, found the crystal. Good, we found both crystals. And we need to go to Narama, and he's down there, I believe. Oh, here he is. She walked past her.
I've reassembled a spider, but I must be able to control it. That reminds me, did you find the crystals?
Indeed, my friend, I have them right here.
Splendid. Now, I just insert them into the rod like so. By the way, I hope you can destroy this mechanism if it attacks us.
I certainly will be able to do that, my friend. Let's just proceed. Let's try to open the door.
Let's see here. It works! I knew it would, of course. Into the tunnel you go. Now to get that door open. At long last, the Sark! Come, we'll talk of our next move inside.
Okay, the experiment has been completed, the door has been opened, and we are going in.
As you see, Headman Bosek's trust in my skills was not misplaced, nor was my faith in your prowess. Will you assist me on another task?
Indeed, what else do you need?
Despite the age of these ruins, I suspect the usual defenses are in place. As I am averse to danger, would you explore the ruins to locate any Dwemer generators inside?
Generator? What is a generator?
Oh, I suppose I'm the only one who calls them that. Independently apportioning dynamo core is a mouthful, but the Dwemer built them to last for generations. I say generators to honor their enduring nature.
And what do I do if I find them?
This control rod will keep our new friend loyal to you. I suspect the generators have been damaged over the years. You'll need to escort the spider to each and bid it to repair them.
Indeed I shall. Farewell, my friend. Man Bucket is here, little the new spider spat. Indeed, indeed, that is exactly what we are doing at the moment. be off the ship and back on the land. The sea is not for this one. Night falls and we make camp outside Betzark. The others are wary but suspect nothing. Finally, something to hold above. He did not even recognize his former slave. Reminding him will be delightful. Manbucket says, cute little spider. Indeed, perhaps the mechanical ones is even cuter, and hopefully we'll be able to find a generator. Still looking for it. The spider's following us everywhere. Repair the western generator. We're not going to use the seat. Oh, the western generator is going to be up here, I think. The spider's gone. Well, this spider knows how to rest, that is for sure. Yeah, that's right, this mechanical spider seems to be more tired than myself. Well, that is hilarious, I have to say. There we are, we've come to the generator. And we need to use the rod. Okay, the spider has been used and we completely the repair to that generator. The spider has been destroyed as well. So I think there might be another generator. He said there were two. My goodness, this is a real Aladdin's cave with all kinds of goodies here. Scrap of Dubal's journal. Separated from the others, can't let them escape. Disable the devices, perhaps. Too close to fail now, even if it means this one's end as well. Morantor won't get what he desires. The secrets will lie here with us. Another one. Sip of health, homespun, sash of health, and Warren's gear. My inventory's full. Alright, so we need to look at the inventory. Maybe use some things. Let's see, supplies. using some of that lovely soup. Chicken breast. We can have some Crown Fortified meal and Crown Fortified meal again. Crusty bread. Now with that, and we need to go back to our friends. Died. In large numbers.
Search for the source of... Search for the source of the failure. Use the control rod to spur the spider to act. It will do the rest.
Indeed, I shall, Narama.
Search for the source of the failure. Use the control rod to spur the spider to act. It will do the rest. Excellent work. Excellent work. The Sark breathes again. Now, for a personal project. How would you like to earn a little more coin?
Well, it sounds interesting. I'm listening.
As you see, we are not the first to enter Bitsark. In truth, I accepted Bosek's request to explore these ruins only because they contain something I want. Something I believe others died trying to obtain.
And what is that, Romo?
Knowledge is the greatest treasure. The Dwemer guarded their secrets as a king protects his gold. In Bitsark, the Dwemer hid a set of schematics, mechanical drawings that I greatly desire to possess.
And you need my help to find them.
An easy task. Those earlier explorers likely retrieved them, only to find themselves sealed inside Bitsark through some treachery. Their misfortune is our gain. We must find where they perished.
Alright, sounds very interesting. Fine, let's go.
There may be more constructs waiting on the other side of this door. You go first.
Indeed I shall.
schematics were here, I doubt they escaped. These writings could prove crucial to understanding the schematics. My brother should be able to decipher these. Interesting. Continue looking for the schematics. I'll meet up with you shortly.
Darwin cache. The dust layer in the bottom of this chest has been disturbed. Whatever the chest held, those contents are missing. Raise the sky stone, forged in black fire, sign the change, broken in infinity, enact the reunion. My friends, I am very, very tired, and I will have to be now going to bed. I hope you guys enjoyed our Elder Scrolls Online broadcast. It has been a bit difficult to learn some of the controls and particularly how those pointers in the map work, but I'm getting there, and I think I was able to find the Romo and then use the pointers quite well. It takes a bit of time to work out how to allocate certain items on the map, and then once you target a certain area you get those pointers and you follow them. So similar to those controls when I had to use my sword. After a little while, I put it together and it all worked. We will continue our Elder Scrolls Online broadcast tomorrow. So until then, I shall wish you all a very, very good night.